The view here is so stunning that I find myself transfixed with the moment, and I just stare. And I feel that feeling of being in the flow, carried away with the present moment. It is so captivating, and it fills me full of a sense of gratitude. I've had many beautiful moments, but there's something about nature that's truly embracing. It embraces your soul. Hey, lovely to see you. Lovely to see you. Lovely to virtually see you. I've almost finished a extended body scan, and the topic is compassion. After I've completed this one, I would like to do another body scan, and the topic will be silence, the power of silence and simplicity. So I'll record that this afternoon. When I record, it takes maybe an hour to record at the most, and then it takes 10 hours to edit, and then it takes hours and hours to upload with the awesome, not Australian internet. So it's coming. So this is a third quiet talk in between loading meditations. I wanted to take a moment to thank those of you who pay for my podcast. I think it's $5 a month, or follow me on Patreon. You literally make this channel, make this podcast possible. It is not important for everyone to do so, but those of you that do, who do, make this possible. Today I was speaking with a friend, a colleague, and the colleague is going through a psych test tomorrow in order to get into the army. And I have assisted people in the past to get through these tests. And this colleague asked, what should I do? How do I get through it? And I talked about the variables of mental health. The interesting thing about the variables of mental health is they may or may not indicate mental health, but it's what people look for. So they look for how you present yourself, the intensity or lack of intensity of eye contact, what you are wearing, whether you take some effort with your appearance. So have you had a shower? Are you hygienic? And do you put some effort into being presentable, possibly fashionable? I find that really interesting, that one of the variables of mental health is dressing in a way which is pleasing to others. Sometimes I think it would be more mentally well to just wear crazy clothing that nobody likes. And just stand up for yourself and wear clothes that are completely unfashionable. But anyway, that discussion aside, one of the variables is what you wear. Another variable is your cadence and how you present in the speed of your language, your need to please, and your tendency to polarize. So if you were to speak fast, it may indicate agitation. And it's interesting that people that have been victims of domestic violence or trauma tend to speak fast or not at all. That is indicating lack of stability. Interesting, don't you think? Then the speed of your voice, the pause between words. A person who is confident in themselves will hold a pause at the end of their statement, does not need to fill space with their words. They're confident with allowing space to just Oh, a big magpie flew past. Just be. Another variable of mental health is your ability to see complexity. So somebody with compromised mental health will see things simply because they feel safer that way. So when they perceive Tom, I make up the character of Tom. Tom is completely bad or completely good. Tom is wonderful. I love Tom. Tom is just amazing. Oh, I hate Tom. Tom is terrible. Tom is evil. Polarizing. Having extreme simplistic view can be a sign of poor mental health. The ability to see somebody as human. I like Tom. I like playing table tennis with Tom. However, Tom can be unreliable, and I accept that about Tom. I love spending time talking to Tom about politics. However, his religious views do not resonate with me, but I accept Tom for who he is. So there's complexity there. Seeing strengths and weaknesses. Complexity. Seeing somebody in their complexity is a sign of a more confident person. One of the strongest signs of mental health is resilience. The ability to get back up. The ability to let go of the need to be rescued by the world. The ability to let go of the need to people please. I'm not keen on that phrase, people please. We are always going to want to people please because we're social. If we can walk that line between being social, wanting to be part of the group, wanting to be part of the gang, wanting to belong, wanting to be fashionable, and walk our own path, if we can walk that tenuous tightrope between wanting to belong and wanting to be our authentic self, that is a sign of mental health. So I was talking about how to answer questions during the interview. And I always find it interesting because the way an interviewer assesses mental health, I question it. Because a person may go through an experience of trauma, violence, death, domestic violence, post-traumatic stress disorder, and they may not spend the same amount of time on their appearance, having a shower, brushing their hair. So it's interesting that the variables of mental health, are they truly variables of mental health? They may get us through a psych test, but a lot of people can learn these variables. There are very wealthy, successful people that don't put effort into their appearance and don't care what sort of car they drive. There are intelligent people that speak quickly. There are people that don't care about following fashion. There are people that are strong introverts and have so much to contribute. So the classic variables of mental health can be turned on their head, and I thought I'd throw it out to you. What do you think the variables of mental health are? Your best friend, that best friend that stood by you, that best friend who has been there for you, do they display the variables of mental health, or are they a little bit quirky, a little bit crazy? When I think about the people that have truly, truly stood by me, accepted and loved me, they are left of centre. They are weird, they are unusual, they've suffered significant pain and bounced back. It's interesting the interplay of resilience in this formula for mental health. Those people that can get back up from adversity and be kind. They can get back up and work on empathy. True empathy is the ability to understand and walk in another's shoes. Of course, we can't do that. We can't truly walk in the shoes of another, but we can work towards that. Resilience, the ability to get back up. I just love that image of somebody falling down, scraping their knees, and spending time reflecting and then getting back up. And an essential component of getting back up is not to lose sight of the needs of others, the focus on community. What do you think? What do you think the essential variables of mental health truly are? Don't you think that they should incorporate indicators indicating compassion and kindness outside of what society expects? We are becoming more and more isolated. We are becoming more and more estranged. We are becoming less and less forgiving as a society, as a Western society. Please correct me if you think I'm wrong. I'm interested. My meditation will be up soon, and I'll record my simple being with silence body scan, which will be truly simple. What do you think about the variables of mental health? I had the best day yesterday. You asked me about my breakfast. I had avocado, a tiny bit of sour cream, tomato and eggs. And Adrian dug a hole, a fairly large hole, looking for gold. He didn't find any, but he had a really good day. And I thought it was interesting to go and watch him throughout the day digging the hole. I find him to be very peaceful. I find his energy to be quite calming. There's something about his quiet voice. I'd like him to read one of my meditations because I'd love you to enjoy his voice. What do you think? He'll need a bit of practice, but I think he'd be really good at it. It was the most wonderful Sunday, really, really enjoyable. It led me to reflect on what is truly important, hence my topic today. Thinking of you. If you are feeling lonely, take a breath. Consider your 1%ers. Hot soup, coffee, shower, lovely towel, ring a friend. I don't think there is an easy way through life, and I think life can be surprisingly adverse. It's about taking one step at a time and enjoying the moment. I'll give you a quick view. Isn't it stunning? Just stunning. Enjoy my content. Please let me know what you think of the next upload. It'll be up in about 3 hours.